Happy Thursday to you, everyone. Hey, yesterday we went over teaching your dog how to do the finish command. And that's the thing where they come over here to one side of your body, go around and then sit over here in the sit position. In other words, if I told Captain right now, heel, he's to go around my body and sit over here. In other words, go to the heel position, but by going around my body. Well, today we're going to focus on the service dog finish. And it looks different. The dog doesn't go around the body, as you can imagine. Maybe you're in a wheelchair. Maybe you're standing up against the wall. For whatever reason, the dog does not have access to a space between your body and that obstacle. And therefore making the finish, the standard finish, the one I just showed you, really impossible for the dog to do. So instead, there's a finish known as the service dog finish. And to train this, you better be hungry. Because why? We're going to stir a big pot of stew. Let me show you. Come. So you start off with your dog in front of you just like you're going to do the standard finish. But here's the difference. You're now going to step back with the left foot. I know yesterday I told you step back with the right foot. Different day, okay? So you step back with the left foot and then stir a big pot of stew. Yeah, pretend like you got this big wooden ladle in your hand. And that's all you're doing. You're telling the dog to heel and you stir counterclockwise a big pot of stew. This should be really easy for you to learn how to do because it only requires moving one of your feet, not both like in yesterday's video. So again, you say heel, stir a big pot of stew, bring the dog until it sits next to you. And of course, the finished product is a dog who, when you stand absolutely still, give the command heel, immediately goes over here, turns, and sits next to you. Now, when I was training service dogs for children with muscular dystrophy many years ago, these dogs are trained that upon the command heel, the dog would be all the way across the room. The child would say heel. The dog would travel to the child, turn, and stop standing right next to the wheelchair. And they would always stand, and that's just really up to you. The reason why I had them stand is many times they were wearing backpacks on them. They were carrying the child's school books or their raincoat or umbrella, whatever it is that they needed the dog to carry. And access to that was much easier when the animal was standing versus as you see with Captain right now. So let me demonstrate again for you. Here we go. Okay, so when you train this to your dog, one of the things that really helps to train it quickly is high repetition. I call this is similar to like flashcards with the child. What's 1 plus 1? What's 1 plus 1? What's 1 plus 1? That same card over and over and over and over again. Real easy for your dog to learn it if you just kind of stick to that type of pattern. Knock out about 10 in a row, take a small break, and then do another 10. Captain is truly confused today because yesterday I taught him the standard finish. Today, I'm now showing you the service dog finish. So do me a favor, with your dog, teach one or the other, or make sure they've got one completely down pat, and then maybe use a different cue, maybe like a visual with your left hand, or just a whole different word altogether to get your dog to understand, wait a minute, which one am I doing? The one where I go behind your back, or the one where I go over here by your left side, do a U-turn, and then park it in a nice tight sit or stand right next to you. But again, if you're just teaching the service dog finish, the leash is in your hands. I recommend that you take it up with both hands. Make that visual, stirring that big pot of stew. Heel, swing that dog wide, take a step forward, and make the dog sit. And then always reward the dog if it's done a great job. To speed things up, you can simply step in front of the dog, heel, stir that big pot of stew, attaboy, step in front of that dog, heel, stir a big pot of stew, and there you go. And then, of course, eventually, come, heel. Oh, check him out. Not too bad, a little crooked. I think he took a shortcut in getting from point A to point B, but hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. A cattle dog will cheat every single time he can. I'm sure your dog will do the same thing. But as you see there, I promise you, I never did this with him before. In fact, I was talking to Joshua, who's actually doing the filming here today. I just told him a few minutes ago, and I go, oh my gosh, Captain is going to be totally confused when I suddenly ask him to go to this side over here versus going to that side. So it's really easy. One last time for me. Captain, come. Attaboy. Make sure you reward that come on occasion. That is a great command. I call it the golden command. Get it all settled. Think about what you're about to do. Heel, swing, make a big old pot of stew. And then gradually just get rid of that backward step and have your dog come around. So that's the orthodox way of doing this. That's the way I learned how to do it many, many, many winters ago. Now we have the new age, the young guys, the new trainers, Joshua, Jake. They're young. They want to be like me, but they're young, okay? They have some cool things. They're really, really, really cool. And I want to let Jake show off with his dog, Sterling, how he taught the service dog finish with his dog. And by the way, Joshua did the exact same thing. So again, a new generation, some new techniques. Wow, it's got a big wow factor, more than stirring a big pot of stew. All right, Jake, you want to demonstrate? Free. Okay, you'll notice that Jake has his hand a bowl. He has a rubber bowl. First thing he's going to do is set the rubber bowl on the floor. And then he tells his dog to target. Let's go and help him off and then tell him to target. Now he taught his dog to go to this bowl and put his front paws on the bowl. Okay, and now next thing he taught him to pivot. So Jake went up next to him and taught the dog to pivot by luring. That's how it's done. They teach the dog by luring the dog around. And they literally move around the bowl, making the dog maintain contact with the bowl with the two front paws, just luring the animal around. So the first step, of course, is go put your paws on a bowl. And you can lure the dog over to the bowl. You can use a leash to take the dog over to the bowl. That is step one. The bowl becomes a target. So once their paws are on the bowl, now it's all about, again, the pivot. So let's pivot one more time, Jake. There we go. Okay, so now let's remove the bowl entirely. Have your dog stay away from you. And now tell him to finish. And there you go. You get that nice tight pivot. The other neat things about the bowl, and I'll just kind of add this in here as a little extra bonus footage today. You can, once you use a bowl or a box, there's so many things. Joshua used a Frisbee for his dog to train him. It's just a targeting spot. Once you teach him how to do this, you can teach many behaviors. Show the reverse. Show how you taught the dog to back up, or just show them that the dog will back up when it goes to the bowl. So we'll take a shortcut today. We won't teach it today. We'll just demonstrate it. So now the dog is taught to back up and then get back right on top of the bowl. All right, now how cool is that? Even if you said, I'm never going to use that. Hey, that's pushing the envelope. That's stretching your dog's abilities. Stretching your abilities. Engagement with your dog. Interaction with your dog. All of that is healthy. All of that creates an incredible bond with you and your dog. That's what lowers the darn blood pressure, doesn't raise it. That interaction. There's no social distancing with our dogs. We can get right up on them. We can give them a pet. We can shape these behaviors, teach them to put their paws on a bowl, pivot around, back up to the bowl. There's so many things. Joshua even mentioned that he used the Frisbee with his dog's front paws on a Frisbee to get the dog used to doing muzzle work, getting accustomed to the muzzle. That's just a form of cognitive shifting. All right, if you got to think about keeping your paws on a Frisbee on that slick rubber bowl that his dog is doing, that Jake's dog is doing, then you're not giving all of your focus on the muzzle. Cognitive shifting is powerful, and you can definitely use this tool not only to shape the service dog finish, but also to create all sorts of other behaviors. So I just thought I'd throw that in there at the end as a bonus there. Good job, way to go. Beautiful dog, huh? Very good. Okay, guys, so that's the service dog finish. Now you know them both. Practice them. Pick one that you like. Heel. Do one or the other. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do with your dog. Just have some fun doing it. Throw it in there. Because at bare minimum, again, you create that practicing time with your dog, interaction with your dog, and they also, as a side benefit, gain a better understanding of what the heel position is, how to go to heel. What does heel mean? Heel, which then makes walking with your dog so much easier. And again, make sure you throw in those S-turns. Throw them in. We had a couple of you send me some videos yesterday, and I'm telling you what, Captain, I think you got beat by at least one dog that's out there. I saw a video, and all I wrote back, and she knows who I'm talking about, I just wrote back these words: show off. Yeah, we got a couple of people showing their stuff off out there. So it's way good. Love the interaction. If you have any questions about teaching the service dog finish or the standard finish, or you want to learn more about this bowl thing, because that's way cool, reach out to Joshua and Jake for that, because I don't have a clue. I've never trained a dog to do that. And reach out to me if you just want to learn the good old orthodox way. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you have anything else you want us to cover in Facebook Live, make sure you send it to me. The days are counting down. Today is day 249 of the 365. So we're moving along. It's time to get in all those important things that you want me to discuss on the videos. All right, guys, you ready? Captain, you want to learn that? You want to learn that bolo thing over there? He's going, yeah, I want to learn it with lays the other way, when it's got food in it. That's the bowl that he likes, kind of like most of the other dogs here. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Cow dog.